just want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought, yeah. I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me, yeah. I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve, yeah. That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill, yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought, yeah. I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me, yeah. I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve, yeah. That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L.
Today, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans taking on Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Houston Texans. Teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this carries into the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Out comes the San Francisco offense as they are led out by their quarterback, the man known as Jimmy G. That's Jimmy Garoppolo.
And when Jimmy Garoppolo came out of Eastern Illinois, many people saw a strong-armed guy, well-schooled in the passing game, who needed a little bit of time to develop and reach his potential. Starting to go in that direction right now. A former linebacker in high school, he plays the game with a lot of toughness.
The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the 30 on second down, Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Garoppolo on first down. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain. Stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him.
Garoppolo's pass.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find a soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
San Francisco.
How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Brennan Scarlett brought him down. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and
throwing on 2nd and 14. Garoppolo. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. These sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So on 4th down, here's the Australian native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Texans offense going to go to work, and it is Deshaun Watson at quarterback.
Had a chance to meet him while he was still at Clemson at a summer camp, partner. And this is one of the best kids you're going to meet out there. And he doesn't say a whole lot, but it's fun to watch how people respond to him. When he was a camp counselor, the kids just flocked around him like the Pied Piper, just as his teammates did while he was at Clemson.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. He was looking to go back to Cooks one more time. That'll bring up 2nd down. He's got Fuller. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. A first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Texans, first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. The numbers for Johnson in last week's game: 17 carries, 60 yards.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on there heals a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, Do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
And he's going to be met at about the 43.
Duke Johnson, the ball.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
43-yard line. 2 yards on the pick.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson looking middle, and it's incomplete. Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Pass rusher extraordinaire, D Ford that time, getting the sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. And some room to roam now. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer. Create space for our...
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. He will push his way down to about the 14. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Garoppolo. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro.
29-yard attempt.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they will jump out in front here with a very unusual scoreline of 3-2. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football? It says finish on it, because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
At the 35-yard line.
Watson a give. This is Johnson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Watson into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Watson. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darqueze Dennard. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
1st and 10.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Raheem Mostert and the Niner offense getting the football back. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going. But we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Garoppolo able to find Samuel there for a Niners first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Back to the running game with Mostert. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second.
On second down, Mostert. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Taken down.
The Niners on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Third down.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They'll run with Mostert, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Touchdown.
Deebo Samuel, his second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Houston set to take over. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brings up second.
It's complete to Fuller.
The 32-yard line.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Watson trying to get his guys moving. Looking to throw again on second down. Watson dumping it off for Johnson. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Watson on third down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. Raheem Mostert and the Niner offense getting the football back. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the second quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows, they're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
He'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go-around. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Garoppolo. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, here's Watson. Johnson's got it complete.
Watson's pass.
No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
No gain.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 50-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. A 3-touchdown differential in the end, 35-14, the final. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And at this point, they trail the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan with 3 touchdown passes there. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they've got the lead over the visiting Chicago Bears. The Packers trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off near the 32. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10.
It's 2nd and 8.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3.
Texans 5.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. That's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The defense of San Francisco marching back onto the field now. And the interception the last time, their 3rd takeaway of the game, Charles.
They're just flocking to the football so well. And not only are they doing that, they're making big-time plays and taking it away from them. Big hits, big plays. They're looking very good in this ball game.
You said flocking, flying to the football. Coaches always use that, don't they?
They really do. It's almost as it goes back to the old, when they click off the frame at the end of a play, they want to see all 11 defensive guys in that picture. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Watson. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that is incomplete.
Watson's pass intended for Brandon Cooks. Incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now in this contest, and they're coming off that victory a week ago against the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Here we go, here we go.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
hand it off to Mostert. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
A 6-yard pickup.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo.
At the 22-yard line.
This will be caught inside the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Now Garoppolo. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Now 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
The ball carrier.
Raheem Mostert, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Buying time to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. D Ford picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Operating from the gun, Watson, and that is incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down. And right back to Kittle. This time he's got it. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you've got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. On first down, they go with Mostert again. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
5 yards picked up on the play. And it's third down.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Completes it to Samuel. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 31-yard line. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Now a give to Mostert running right. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 14. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher third down looming.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And the Texans set to come onto the field. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And the catch made by Johnson. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. The Texans on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Watson. Down he goes. The 49ers get there. Javon Kinlaw able to get outside the numbers and drop him for a loss of a yard.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here. They're going for it. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And this is incomplete. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Mostert. That is Tomlinson who is down. Boy, not what they want to see. We'll check on his status when we get back. Second and 8. Once again, it's Mostert. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. But Nardrick McKinney gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On 1st and 10, Watson. Thomas has got it, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Watson. He's got Fuller. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Roughing the passer defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And that's complete to Cooks. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
10 at the 29-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Watson. He gets it to Cooks.
Watson's pass.
7 yards the pickup there.
Brandon Cooks.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At the 49ers' 22-yard line.
Well, now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Tackle made at the 12-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. On 2nd and 9, Watson. Dancing to his left. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. Deshaun Watson so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Here's Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Kenny Stills there to make the grab. And the Texans get a bit closer.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know, you
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the 49er hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Working with a 2nd and 3. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Got his target, Samuel. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. They'll run right side with Mostert. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the 49ers, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week.